Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Sorry, I was finishing up a round of Call of Duty. Um, Speaking of which, let's talk about that. Now, I'm sure as everyone has heard, at this point, Xbox or Microsoft, however you want to view them, has successfully acquired Activision Blizzard. Well, I'm fairly certain that they have acquired it and they own it. I do believe that the judge ruled in their favor, and so there's a lot going on and there's a lot to talk about. So let's break this down. Now, roughly, I want to say a year ago or so, maybe a little over a year, Xbox pitched the plan to buy Bethesda, the creators of Elder Scrolls and Fallout, and it went through. And they own them now. And now they have pitched the idea to acquire Activision Blizzard for, Call of Duty, Diablo, Tony Hawk, and so many more amazing franchises and games. Sony's not Sony's not taking it too well. So there is a lot. This is a video that I've wanted to do for a while. So let's jump into it. What's good and going, everybody? It's your boy the Psychic, and welcome to this discussion. Oh boy, I don't know where to start. So Xbox, Microsoft, whatever you want to call them, has successfully, the judge has ruled in their favor for Activision Blizzard, that acquisition that they had been fighting against Sony PlayStation for roughly a year now, probably a little over a year. I'll have to double check some of the dates. But they pitched the idea like 68.7 billion, I think they said. It was a high ass number. It was crazy. And long story short, they went to court about it, talked it out, and now here we are today talking about what Xbox has done. Personally, first of all, I would like to say, as someone who grew up playing majority PlayStation consoles, and it wasn't until these last couple of years that I have acquired an Xbox console, and I have been dabbling a little bit with that, and I'll admit, both consoles are good for many of reasons that I won't get into it. Right now, we are solely here to talk about the acquisition of Activision Blizzard, and the sake of Xbox and what the future holds for PlayStation. This is merely just me giving my opinions and voicing some of the things that I feel about this acquisition and how I think this will make or break the ever evolving gaming community that we all know and love today. Now, like I said, Xbox pitched this idea roughly a year ago. I've said it about 3 or 4 times now. I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing it. But they pitched the idea, and it seemed to be going swimmingly until Sony intervened and said absolutely not. And that is what led us here today. The deal has gone through. Sony's pissed. Sony's fans are pissed. Xbox is living like Larry. And so now the question stands, what is left for PlayStation after this? Now, I know a lot of people speculated from the jump that this acquisition was going to rip Call of Duty away from PlayStation, and that is one of the biggest reasons why this has been such a big issue, why this discussion has been so popular, because PlayStation fears they will no longer be able to compete with Xbox if they do lose Call of Duty. Now, I don't think Xbox or anyone there has strictly said whether they will make Call of Duty exclusive or not. I will have to dig around and do a little bit more research, but ultimately, a lot of people feel that's what they're going to do. They're going to push exclusivity for Call of Duty and many other franchises that Activision develops or publishes, or whichever one of those two words is the correct term for that specific thing. But it stands to, it raises the question of, would that be the greatest decision? Now, personally, if I were Xbox, I'd get every bit of cash that I could, all that money. No exclusive Call of Duty, none of that. But at the same time, we don't know exactly what they're going to do. I don't think that's what they're going to do. Personally, honestly, I feel like they might even try and put Xbox on the Nintendo Switch. We won't know until something happens. But regardless, I mostly just want to cover, some of my opinions and how I feel personally. I think this is a big win for Xbox. And this coming from someone who has primarily played PlayStation for his entire life. I have had every PlayStation excluding the PlayStation 3, and I've loved it. PlayStation has a lot of great exclusives going for it, from God of War to Ratchet and Clank to Uncharted to The Last of Us to Astrobot and Little Big Planet, and the list goes on. They're making hit after hit after hit, whereas Xbox, as far as their exclusives, to my knowledge, granted, I have an Xbox, I don't do much with it, so I don't know exactly where their exclusives stand. But so far, we do know they have great things like Halo and High on Life and Redfall and Forza Horizon. And that's just to name a few as well. But those are also like the only four that I can think of. There's probably more. But I'm trying to exclude the rare titles because they were technically released for the Nintendo 64 before Microsoft bought Rare back in like 2005, 2006, somewhere around there. And so it kind of just, in my opinion, I'm like, it's been 20 years that Xbox has been around doing this. Not as long as Sony or Nintendo, don't get me wrong, which is why, for me, I'm excited for them. I think this is, like I said, a big win for them. I feel like they deserve this. They've worked hard, and I would love to see your guys' comments, whether you agree or disagree. That's fine. That's dandy. Personally, this is just my feel, or how I feel, my opinions, and I'm excited to see where this goes. Now, we do know Sony has raised hell for Xbox over this last year for this entire acquisition deal. And now that it's gone through, it seems Xbox has gotten pretty ballsy. As one of the first things I noticed that they did was make remotely every Call of Duty game that has ever been released. Previous titles for the Xbox 360 all are on sale for $10, $15, $20, give or take, you name it. And they've also fixed the servers, apparently, for a lot of these older games, such as Call of Duty Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3, that these games came out when I was like 12, 13. I was in middle school. I remember a bunch of kids at school were talking about how great these games were and how excited they were, and I thought that was the coolest thing. Granted, I didn't have a PS3 or an Xbox 360 to enjoy these games at the time. And I'm not much of a Call of Duty or first-person shooter guy personally, but that's neither here nor there. This is great news for the Xbox players and the Call of Duty fans, especially the ones that, from what I've heard, these last couple of Call of Duty games have been hit or miss. I know we recently just got the release of Modern Warfare 2 remastered, or remade, however you want to say it. And it seemed like that was doing pretty good, but it seems this acquisition and this sale for these games and the fix of these old 10-year-old servers has brought from what I had seen over, I think it said 100,000 players. That's insanity. That is insanity in a matter of days. And it's just wild. And now here we are, you know, I wonder what the future holds for Sony in this aspect. They could do a lot of different things to try and combat this and, come back. We could get bigger, better exclusives. Maybe they could look into making their own first person shooter if that's really the route that they wanted to go down. Personally, I feel like this, honestly, Xbox might just take majority of this money and make better Call of Duty games. From what I've heard many of the fans say about, like I said earlier, the recent Call of Duty games of not being the greatest, not the worst. I haven't heard anyone just shit on the games, but at the same time, I haven't heard, the most positive reviews either. And as someone who doesn't play Call of Duty a lot, it's not really in my ballpark. However, I do play a lot of Tony Hawk, and that is also Activision. So now here we are. It's like, let's talk about that franchise. We got the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake back in 2019, and it sold very well. That game made so many sales. I don't know the exact numbers, but I do know it was very popular for a while, to the point that people were speculating that we were going to get a Pro Skater 3 and 4 remake, if not Tony Hawk Underground 1 and 2 remake. And personally, I'm fine with either one, because I loved playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 a lot. I've never played 4, I've never played Tony Hawk Underground, so if we did get 3 and 4, I'd be okay with that, to give 4 a shot. If we got Underground, I'd be okay with that as well, to give that a shot. This also, adds in, like I said earlier, Overwatch, Diablo. Are we getting more things in those franchises? Or Crash Bandicoot and Spyro? And there's several other things that Activision develops or owns or whatever. I do know one thing they spoke about is they were looking into reviving a lot of older franchises. Not too many Activision properties that I know of, but one they did speak of was Guitar Hero, and I feel like that would be neat as well if they were to revamp that. Either re-release it, give us a new game with new controllers that's not Guitar Hero Live, and I'd be okay with that. But at the end of the day, it's just, where are we going from here, Sony? What's the next step for Xbox? Are we going to see more and more Call of Duty, better Call of Duty, more Crash Bandicoot or Tony Hawk, or an entirely new IP? Are they going to make an entirely new game? We won't know until we get there. And so, yeah, I could go on and on about this, but I'm not going to keep you guys waiting. I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about this, and I'm sorry that this video is as awkward as I know it's going to be. I don't even know where to start with this, and I don't have any of this scripted or anything. I'm just kind of free thinking and just voicing my opinions, and I would love to hear your guys' opinions down in the comments below. So, let me know what you guys feel about this acquisition and where you guys think this is gonna take the gaming industry for the future. Will this make Xbox enough money to make their next console better than the PlayStation 6? Will this crash and burn? We won't know. We won't know. Only the future will tell. But yeah, I would definitely love to hear your guys' opinions. Keep it classy, but I would love to hear your guys' opinions. Voice your concerns. I will do my best to try and respond to majority of the comments, if any, on this video because this is something I've been wanting to get off my mind for a while. And like I said, I'm not going to keep you guys waiting too much longer. I just kind of wanted to clear some of the air myself and just, get some of this excitement out of me because like I said, I'm excited for Xbox. I think this is a good thing for them. They deserve this. They have worked hard. And yeah, so we'll just have to wait and see where this goes. We know PlayStation's pretty upset, and we know Xbox is rolling in the dough apparently, and they're kind of slapping PlayStation in the face right now. So we're kind of gonna wait it out and see where this goes from here. And yeah, like I said, I really should have scripted some of this, but I know this is kind of awkward and all over the place, and this is just how my mind works, and I apologize for that. But I really want to see what you guys think. I would love to see and read your comments on this, and try and stay up to date because we are going to come back to this subject. We're definitely coming back to the subject at some other point. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to get some of this out there and see where things go from here. Again, let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know your opinions, good or bad. Whether you think this is a bad thing for Xbox or PlayStation, whether you think this is a great thing for Xbox or PlayStation. But yeah, if you guys want to see more content like this and me kind of cover a little bit more things like this, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you guys would love to see in the future. I definitely have a couple of gameplays planned. If you guys didn't see the recent live stream I did, there will be a link in the description of that. But yeah, just let me know your guys thoughts. Please let me know your guys thoughts. I would love to see everyone's opinions and just kind of see where this goes, and let's just kick back and watch the show. So without further ado, I'm sorry for this awkwardly short long video, but yeah, remember to save and level up before every boss, as this fight could be your last. I love you guys. Psychic out. Peace.